Hey, start it over?
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
You're on the live stream, homie.
Now the kicker, that's Cameron Dicker, set to get us started. And off we go from Lambeau. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
What you got? What you got?
For a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Second down, Jacobs once more. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
Hey, you a Green Bay fan?
His nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. He finds his receiver, Watson. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Oh, he got the first down?
Up a 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll take it down shy to 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Ready. Love. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed, 26 yards. And the Packers,
well, I didn't think he was going to read that.
on the board first here this afternoon. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Herbert and the Chargers now
Leave a comment, creeper.
At their own 21. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Herbert changing things up. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. After
Oh, no!
on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Now it's Herbert. They'll roll him out right. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Dobbins fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Dobbins once more, and this time he'll work his way in. Touchdown, Chargers. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
Now it's a game.
I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Love, they go play action now. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense.
Comment, Creeper.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner,
oh, I missed him.
That you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Love looking to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp. Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't complete
3rd down.
2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Love. And incomplete on the deep ball. They're going for the receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. The Charger drive about to get going. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. That's caught inside the 20.
Oh!
Josh Palmer, 50 yards.
He gonna quit.
The Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop.
Not today.
4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Oh, shit, he was almost gone, bro. Woo!
Past the 35 to the 36. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. An unfortunate sequence.
Yeah, don't throw it on that side.
Before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass, eluding the pressure right. A throw on the road.
Oh!
Incomplete. And they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Buying time to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them in the field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards. But instead, offense out there. They're going for it. They snap it to Herbert. First one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Caught on the right side, Reed. And he'll get this up past the 25.
Damn, James dated us out.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Here we go, set.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Poona Ford, the one to get to him and drop him.
Oh my God, let it go to half already.
Take it. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On now is the Packers punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going.
Big creeper.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll go again with Dobbins. Taken down at the 42. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this.
Almost had it!
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Come on, Butterfingers.
Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's J.K. Scott now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
God, don't hurt it.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score.
Clapping cheeks.
We'll be set up well for this second half.
Throwing. Love. That one caught downfield by Watson.
Nice.
Near midfield at the 49. 27 yards there, a first down.
Go.
To throw now, here's Love. Now this aired out deep for Reed. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Oh, no.
The Charger drive about to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And that one not to be.
Fucking Butterfingers, I swear.
His time is now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at Lambeau. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick.
Oh, use your pick.
And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. But here
I'm surprised you didn't quit.
Defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Oh my God, Butterfingers.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air.
Can't wait till football starts, man.
And broke the play up.
They set up the screen for Dobbins. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. J.K. Dobbins.
Good game, my guy.
On the ground and through the air. And the Chargers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth
I've had
quarter.
Green Bay players whoop my ass before.
Several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
The Packers on third
Oh,
down.
I hate
Not
the
good,
announcers.
over 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. That is caught. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Love now. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break.
Bro,
Another incompletion to
the old man
the
shut them up.
in this runaway contest.
Now Love. Now quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Love. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Oh, my God.
The Charger drive about to get going. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, it gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. And the Packers get nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Quay Walker picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Packers
just let it in, bro.
Timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in the game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's taken in by Kraft. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Love. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. Incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. To the air again, Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And my goodness, another interception. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, That's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.
Bro, that was like 6 interceptions.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens.
Let's go, buddy boy.
It's a rematch of one of the great NFL playoff games of all time. The Chargers and Dolphins underway from Miami. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start here is Tua. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Derwin James with a pick. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And scored that one for one of the league's best. Jalen Ramsey getting the tackle for loss. From the 50, here's Herbert escaping the pressure right. That is taken in by Hurst. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 2nd down, ball on the 3. 1st down marker at the 1-yard line.
Oh, come on.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And this won't be enough to pick up.
Ah. Yo, even that kind of comment free.
All right, no table is safe outside of Highmark Stadium because this crowd is loud and this crowd is ready for a ball game. We're just outside of Buffalo in Orchard Park, New York. Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Herbert now off the play fake. Finds some time. Oh, he was on the move.
Shit.
That was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. To throw, Herbert.
Oh, shit.
It's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Oh, those linebackers. Those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw. It changed its direction.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. On 4th down, they snap it to Herbert. Forced out to his right. Down the run right, throwing deep down the side. Brought in inside the 20. Touchdown, LA. The Chargers take a 6-0 lead right away. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that
I missed it.
tight end.
That one right down the middle. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Ty Johnson now to return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got 1st down from the 31. First tone of the game for James Cook. This is ahead for about 5. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 36. Connection made to Shakir. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
1st and 10 from the 41. Play action now, Allen. Pass brought in by Amari Cooper. And he'll move the chains on that play.
Now right there,
damn,
that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom, connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Cook runs it in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills finish off their opening drive. It's a James Cook touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Tyler Bass on now for the extra point. And the kick is no good. An early point after left on the table. Maybe later in this game, it's going to be a moment we look back on.
Yo!
Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Darius Davis to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. Space past the 35. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him 13.
So easy. Simple play, man.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Now Herbert to throw. He's on the move. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And it brings up an LA 1st down. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. We've got a close one here. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment.
Leave a
We're back
comment.
and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Bails out of the pocket quick. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, Herbert. This into the hands of Will Dissly. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that will set up 1st and goal. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you can't get the pick, at least make sure a catch isn't made. That's the job of every defender out there. And he made sure that one wasn't completed.
3rd and goal. Here's Herbert.
Ah!
Get it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. A very short kick here. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And they can't push the lead beyond a field goal. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Now Allen off the play action. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Cook trying this one up the gut. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Handoff now to the receiver. And he has a gain of 4
God dang it.
which runs us up to the 2-minute warning. Second and 6 coming up here. Allen setting up play action. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Chargers take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
What you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
1st and 10, Herbert.
What the hell?
That throw just too high for him. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. This is reeled in by Joshua Palmer. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Ed Oliver there to make the stop. Working quickly here. Herbert from the gun. Throw caught at the 6. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Dobbins takes it in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers will add to their lead at the end of the half. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. All right, so this solid first half continues from Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead.
So following the missed point after, the chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. Johnson now on the return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. It's 1st and 10 for the
Who is this, a little kid or what?
We've got 23 seconds remaining. Play action now with Allen. be caught by Cooper. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. The Bills are going to go ahead and
Oh
call
my
their
God, that
first
boy got lucky.
They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing now on first down, Allen. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Allen on the play action. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And he drives it close to the red zone before going out. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They're going play action. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Chargers do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return coming from the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20.
He's back. Yes, he's back.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Working the sideline. That's Coleman. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. Now he's past the 25. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings us 2nd and goal.
Allen to throw. Has it in close. Touchdown, Buffalo. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Pass on for the extra point. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go. Bass now to kick this away. On the return, here comes Davis. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The give to Dobbins to start the 3rd. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Daquan Jones with the tackle on that play. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. To throw, Herbert. Hauled in by Dobbins. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Offense up to the line fast. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together. Get those downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 41. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Escapes the pocket. On the run right. Throwing deep down the side.
Oh!
Knocked away. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. He's back to throw. He's looking deep once again. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on down.
Oh, I should have punted it.
One way or the other, that was going to be a decisive play to break this tie. They thought that they could pick it up, no question about it, and build some momentum down the field. But how about a shout-out to that defense, now setting their offense up in great position.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
The 22-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. It's a 13-13 ball game as we get ready for the 4th quarter. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Allen looking to throw. Finds a man right side. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills take a 4th quarter lead. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Okay, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Bass gets the extra point to go. And the Bills break that tie and now lead by 7.
Oh, man.
Bass now to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's the first give to Gus Edwards. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Herbert now off the play fake. He's throwing deep to the left side. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. No luck finding his receiver that time.
Could have been a straight flag.
And it's 3rd down. He'll throw it. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Working quickly here. They'll run on first down with Dobbins. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Offense in the hurry up here. From the 47. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player.
Get off me!
Speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Back to throw it.
Oh, come on, catch it.
Defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're left with 4th down here. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Offense up to the line fast. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. Two timeouts plus the 2-minute warning.
Come on, get in there, boys.
1st and 10. Now Herbert again. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about
I'll do it again.
speed so
Yeah.
often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Chargers down by 7. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away. Incomplete.
Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They could bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
Oh, he got it for I could.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Looking to throw it. On the move, headed right.
Ah!
And it falls incomplete.
Game over.
So
Fuck
the
me.
defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Cook. He's out in the clear. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. Timeout taken by the defense.
All I gotta say is you better not throw it. Don't fucking pick
All
it.
right, set up now, 1st and 10. Receiver gets it on the handoff. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. This is Cook on the handoff. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. After the penalty, 3rd and a yard coming up. They'll run here following the penalty. Oh, he lost the football. And they
Come on!
Oh, a clutch recovery to clean up the mistake this late in the game. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only...
Shit, call timeout! Call timeout!
Forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Throwing the out route complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of
Fucking
downs to
pussy.
boot. Trying to set this up quick. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
There's the importance of staying